So earlier this year, we got the final Halloween movie, appropriately titled Halloween Ends. So today, I'm going to rank the new Halloween timeline, which goes from Halloween, the original, to Halloween, the reboot, and the rest of that trilogy. So yes, this was a trilogy that is very special to me. Halloween 2018, I believe, is the first genuine horror movie that I actually ever saw, because I went to a friend's house. I was never allowed to watch horror movies as a kid, so I went to a friend's house and the whole family just sat down and watched a bunch of horror movies. It was Halloween 2018 and it was Truth or Dare, so that was the first one I saw. And then on Halloween night, which was a couple weeks after, I saw the original Halloween, and then I decided to go ahead and rewatch Halloween 2018 and the rest of the trilogy this year. So this is a trilogy that is pretty special to me because it was one of the first full slasher horror trilogies that I've ever seen. So this is something that I'm pretty excited to talk about. Before I do that, please take a moment to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below what is your ranking of all the Halloween films, or you can just rank the new timeline. The new timeline is the only movies I have seen, so that is the only reason I am ranking this new timeline. But yeah, I want to know what's your ranking of all the movies, what's the ranking of the movies you've seen, or what's the ranking of the new timeline. With that said, last place, Halloween Ends. And Halloween Ends is a movie that really should have been better. I put this on the level of Godzilla vs. Kong because it was a movie that I was undeniably hyped to see. Like, I had to go to work, and then I came home, and I was almost jumping up and down because I finally got to see Halloween Ends that night. And I sat down, and every decision that it made, everything that happened, it kind of just made me go, what? Why are they going that route? This is the final Halloween film, and instead of making it an epic showdown between Michael and Laurie doing several things they could have done, they introduced Corey, who turns into another Michael Myers, trying to continue the franchise, but then they're like, screw that, we're gonna kill him off. Why? There's no reason for that. There's no reason for there to be no Michael Myers into the last 10 minutes. And then the whole battle scene just disrespected Michael Myers because instantly they killed him. I respected their ideals that they were trying to do with making Michael Myers an old man and easy to beat now. But why this? Why introduce the character known as Corey that all of Twitter is raving about? Oh, Corey's so hot. But he sucks. He's a terrible character. And then they kill him off. I could totally understand a way to resume the franchise later, but they kill him off. This was pathetic. A pathetic decision to insert into this film. And then, after that decision, they just kind of give Michael Myers a thing to where it's cool, but it doesn't work. Nothing about this film works. Not a single thing. It's a disrespect to the Halloween franchise is what this is. I was really hoping to say this was number one, some emotional moments, some awesome kills, but no, we're just gonna sit back and we're gonna throw this movie away as the final movie to the Halloween franchise, and we are going to make the film be a complete waste of film. I could totally see if this one was middle of the franchise type material, but it's not. It's the ending of the movie. It's the ending of the franchise. So, who cares? That's just the way we're gonna end the movie. Big disappointment. In third place, we are going to put Halloween Kills. Now, this is a film that I love. I utterly loved watching the film. There's a cool vibe to it to where they try to take an idea of the mob rising up to go kill Michael, and they take that idea, and while I can understand why people disliked it, I could totally see myself really enjoying this, and I did, because they have this whole mob here, and they're all going after Michael while making some choices, and it was really confusing why they made it kind of be like a psychological movie to where we think about it, evil's doing all these things, but then, that's not it. This movie has Michael throughout the entire film, and after watching Ends, it made me have a whole new respect for this movie, and made me think that this is a really great movie. because there is Michael throughout the entire film. There's scenes where right after he escaped the house, he's just walking into people's homes and utterly killing them. That's what this movie is, and it's not trying to continue the franchise, it's not trying to end the franchise, it's not trying to be a psychological movie. It is in a couple of ways, but it's not trying to be a whole psychological movie. It's a movie where Michael comes out and Michael kills people. I do not understand why people dog on this movie. I do not understand why people think Ends is better than this, because compared to Ends, this movie is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I loved watching this movie. The kills are gory. They're awesome scenes. I didn't understand why they killed off Laurie's daughter at the end of the movie, whatever. But this movie was just purely awesome. The kills were awesome. Some of the decisions weren't, but I think the majority of them worked. And compare this to a movie like Halloween Ends, 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Then we got Halloween 2018, the Halloween reboot, and there's not even really anything to say. I made a review for this and it only lasted about 4 minutes, which is longer, which I talked about both of those previous movies for about 4 minutes. This movie is gonna be kind of hard to talk about because it's really nothing, but it's an enjoyable, simple slasher. That's what this is. Michael escapes, he goes out and kills people. It's entertaining, it's fun, it's a great way to continue the franchise. That's what this movie is. There's not any psychological themes, dumb decisions. It's a basic movie where Michael kills people, and that's the movie, and that is what really works about this one, because we get these characters, we get the kills, we get exactly what we wanted from the movie. And when the movie starts to falter is really when we get this kind of Loomis character who kind of turns into a psychopath kind of Michael, and that's when the movie starts to falter. But when it's not doing that, when it's being a basic, simple movie, it really works, and it's really a great film, so entertaining, something that I could just easily watch over and over. And I cannot say about the other two films, because those are discussion topics. Those make weird decisions. This one, short and sweet, exactly what a Halloween slasher film is supposed to be. That's why it's number 2. But, of course, we have not talked about number 1, which is obviously the original Halloween. There's no shot. Not only is this movie really important to me, because this was one of the first horror movies I've ever seen. This is the first genuine horror movie I've ever seen on Halloween that wasn't a Disney movie. And that's why it's really special to me. And not only was that the reason, but it was such a good film to where you feel Michael's presence throughout the entire movie. And then this guy going on Twitter, oh, well, Diego has more screen time in Halloween Ends. This movie, he's got the screen presence. The screen presence where he's there, you can always feel him. He kills people. He's this evil shape, where in Ends he's not really present, and here he is, and he hunts some teens. It's basic, it's simple, it's sweet, it's entertaining, it's scary when it needs to be. Honestly, right after I watched the movie, I kind of felt like, not sure about this one. So I watched it the next day, and then I watched it the next day, and then I watched it the next day, and I didn't feel bored from this film. It's one of those films that I could just rewatch over and over and over and over and over again, because it's easily watchable. It's a fantastic movie. It's creepy, it's horrifying, it's entertaining, it's got all of the categories to be a perfect thriller, and this is what John Carpenter did. He sparked an entire franchise. That is one big discussion topic, as you can see. That is kind of sad that it all culminated into Halloween Ends, but the first Halloween is a masterpiece, and obviously it is number 1. But with that said, please subscribe and hit the like button and hit the bell. Comment down below, what is your ranking of the Halloween films, or what is your ranking of the new timeline, or you can do any ranking you want. I want to know your opinions on Halloween franchise, because it's definitely a discussion topic. First 2 movies weren't really, but it kills and ends. They make some decisions that I want to know if you guys find are good or bad. But thank you guys for clicking on this video, and make sure to subscribe to join the Nerd Army. Peace out.